have the brass that's already clean and primed, as you can see there. This is just range brass, nothing special about it. 50, 50. I've actually got a few less than 50 here because I went ahead, powder charged them, loaded up the bullet. I'm using a Rainer bullet. Instead of the traditional 230, I'm using 185 and flat nose. Anyway, I'm loading those in here, and usually they sit in the tray, but since I'm going to do a test with the flat nose, I'm loading them up in the mag. So I've got an 8-rounder, so this is the 7-rounder rather. It's full, ready to go. And I've got 3 in this 8-rounder. But I'm going to make a couple more so I can take it out and get a good feel for it today to make sure everything's going the way I want, if I want to heat it up a little bit or if I think it's too hot, but I think it's too hot. So anyway, it's always good to do tests in small batches, so I'm not going to do a batch of 100 here. I'm going to do a batch of not even 50 before I go out. I've got my other ammo to bring with me to shoot today, so it's not a big deal if this is not working. If it is, if I do say, for example, let's say they think this is not working well with the flat nose for some reason, which I don't understand because this weight worked well with the hollow point, but for some reason I just don't like it, I can just pull those bullets out. I'd rather not do that. I really don't think I'll have to do that. If I did, I'd do a batch of just 5. Alright, so just doing some test rounds. I've been cheating using this volume measure. I found that it's actually been working really well, so I'm pretty pleased with that. Some people like to do everything all in one day, and that's safe and that's a good idea, but I like to clean my brass, get it all clean, and then later on when I'm watching TV I'll go and I'll clean out the primer pocket, and then I'll have all this clean brass with clean primer pocket, and I'll set it in a cleaned out pickle jar, for example, and then there it will sit till some other time I have some time watching a TV show. Maybe it's Locked and Loaded on Monday night at the Outdoor Channel or something. Whoop. I'll dump it out. I'll sit there and prime a couple 200-300 rounds. Anyway, then after they're primed, they'll again sit in this glass jar, all ready to go until it's time, and here they are now, ready to go to this part. Now this part, once you begin, you gotta finish. You gotta charge it, and you gotta charge a number of them. This isn't a reloading video, so don't think that it is. But after you get a number of them there, you just make sure the volume's the same. It's kind of peek in there. Make sure you don't double charge. And for the sake of time, I'm just going to do 2. Charge a batch. Oops, get my 1, 2. Go in the drawer. Then I'll seat them. Now, this is something I do. I don't know that we need to do this every time, but after I seat them, each batch I do, which I already did earlier this morning when I loaded up those other ones, but I'll go ahead and get an overall length of that sucker there. This is to compare it to the logbook to make sure that it is correct. And I've already done that. But each time I do a batch, I mean, even if it's Monday and I do another batch on a Wednesday, I'll check it again. But I always think that's a good idea to do, because maybe when you were taking this out, you loosened it and misadjusted it or something. Alright, well then you'd want to know that before you go. It's better to be safe than sorry on these things. And I got my crimp die. I like to put a nice little factory crimp on there. Alright. Would have made more sense to do 5, because then I would have this magazine totally loaded for you. But I don't think you'll mind. So from here, let's head out to the range and do some test fires to see how I like these puppies. Another day at the gun range. Today I'm using this kind of target here. See if I can show it to you. Just grid paper, and then I put the sticker on there to give me a reference point so I can kind of see how close my group is. I've got a bunch of them. I'm going to take some shots out here. It's really cold, so I'm shooting from the house today. Here we go. Always make sure to open the window before you fire. Range officers really appreciate that. It's 5 rounds of Blazer.
between 12 and 13 yards. Pulled one of the shots already. One left. I think I hit the orange dot on that one. Just below. Pulled that one. Let's go to the second one. See my first 5 shots, not so great on the left. Take 5 more shots on the one in the bottom right. XDS. Really wild shooting. Sticking my hand through the window there, and the casings were bouncing off the side of the window and kind of scaring the bejesus out of me. I don't know. I'm okay with that grouping, but not really liking it. I'm gonna do a couple more rounds here. I'm a little jumpy this morning, I guess. Take 5 shots on the top ones. Actually, why don't I do 10 shots on the top ones? I'll do left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, all the way up to 10. Alright, I'm going to alternate left, right, left, right. I'm going to try not to be sticking out the window this time. Nothing rapid, though. That's my first 5. Let's do 5 more. All right, zoom in on that a little bit. 2 magazines, 5 and 5. Left, right, left, right, left. Done twice. I count it out a little bit in a second. You can see my 4 on the right a lot easier. I'm going to go out there and circle it. Alright, back. For kind of a reference, I drew my hand out there. Again, 12 to 13 yards. Six on the left, 4 on the right. That's the hand size. I'm happy enough with it. Alright, did some work with the XDS. It is safe. Little 1911. Let's load it up. So just another look here. This is these are the targets I'm using. These little ones here on the grid sheet. And again, That's reference my hand to the size of the sheet. Right there, so I'll just hold it like this against my person. Against my person, this whole sheet stacks right like this. So this is my target size in relation. So anyway, let's take some shots here. I also put a bigger circle in the center just because I had some space and I wanted to make sure to use it. 1911. Going to be shooting some reloads. They're hollow points, 185 grain hollow points. Rainer bullets, miscellaneous range brass, second time reloaded. Full-size government model, 1911. From the warmth of the shooting house. Set our target. (12 to 13 yards). A little harder to judge distance inside the house. Have to get a little closer to get a better look at that, but I feel pretty good with that as it stands at this point. I'm going to go ahead and shoot for the top right. 7 rounds, again reloads, except for the last one, it's a blazer. Oh. It's good that they're all going through the same hole, but they're all high. Except for that last one. Calm down. There we go. Broke my line. Went ahead and circled out there. I had, in the big center one, 7 hitting the bull. One was over half outside, but about a third to a quarter, or 40% of it was inside. So they all hit the bull in the center, 7 out of 7. And 7 out of 7 hitting a nice tight group up top right there. 3 of which actually all are connecting, and the rest are all right there. But again, that's a pretty small size group, but you can see the difference there between shooting with a 5-inch barrel of a heavy 1911, getting a pattern like this, even at a short distance that it is, at a 12 to 13 yards, versus the same distance with a XDS 3.3-inch barrel. It's going to open it up quite a bit more. Less weight, shorter barrel. Anyway, let's take some more shots, top left.